I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us slaves. I can feel the sunlight shining in.
Well, good morning and welcome to episode 897 of the Lots Project Morning Show, where the coffee's strong, the opinions are stronger, and everything is always filter free. I'm Brian, your host, and it's July 20th, 2026. This morning I'm enjoying a fresh cup of light Ethiopian from foodforestfarms.com because life's too short for shitty coffee. At Food Forest Farms, your beans are roasted by real human hands using a clean stream air roaster. More than just a customer, your family. Get 10% off with code LOTS10. That's LOTS10. And shipping is always free. While you're there, check out the C4 Club for even more awesome perks. Today we've got another packed show, the saga of finally getting the cabin sheet vinyl picked up, unloaded, dry fitted, why everything from cars to houses seem to have lost its color. Whenever we're watching another chapter of whether we're watching another chapter of endless foreign wars unfold, and whatever else happens to come across the radar this morning. So grab your coffee, smash the like button, and let's get started. Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing today? Good morning, Pip over there. Cheers and happy Monday to you also, sir. Thanks for popping in. Sorry, I was a couple minutes late. It's actually Pip's fault. Kinda, but doing math on the Bitcoin guessing game, it's down to the wire. Really going to matter what the price is when I actually close it off here in a couple minutes, but doing the math, and there are two close, very, very close entries, not necessarily close to the price. Well, under $1,000 between the two of them, but yeah, back and forth all morning. I was looking at notes here and watching the price and going, well, that person won. Nope, that person won. So doing a little pre-math before we got going. Hunter, good morning. Thanks for popping in over on Twitch. Appreciate it. Man, it's been a week, guys. It's been a nice week. Corey had some time off. Not the whole week, but she had I think Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. And yeah, we enjoyed time off. We got a lot done and got to spend some time together. So that's nice. Pip says, I blame Pip is a common phrase in Central Florida. My bad. Well, it's all right, man. It is what it is. People can wait. And if they have to wait because of Pip, it's usually worth the wait if you have to wait because of Pip. Man, this light Ethiopian is fantastic this morning. Sale still going on over at foodforestfarms.com. The C4 monthly coffee club. I got my order the other day. Every 15th of the month it ships out, comes right to your door, priority mail. Pay for a minimum of £2 a month and just do reoccurring orders. And Brian works with you and hand roasts you in micro batches in a clean stream air roaster. Some of the best coffee you're going to find. Sources the beans, puts a lot of work into sourcing quality beans at the best price, and can't beat the price. And even better, right now, if you use code 2MF, you get your second month free on the club. So you join the club, pay for the first month, you get 2 months free, and I think you will agree once you've had the coffee that you're just going to keep continuing to order and enjoy that monthly supplement of caffeine. And it just tastes fantastic. And if you don't know the differences between air roasted and drum roasted, if you haven't really read up on coffee, it takes it to another level, and it just brings out the actual flavors of the beans instead of that charred taste you get when you got the drum roasted or that stale mud tasting stuff that you get out of the can. So anyway, check out foodforestfarms.com, and if you throw in code LOTS10, you'll get a little special treatment over there. I've been a C4 Club member for a long time, and Brian's been a sponsor of the show for a long time, and he treats the listeners right. So tell him you heard it here, and you'll get even better perks when you join that C4 Club, or order for any coffee for that matter. So if you want to try it out, get a little discount, head on over and try it out. Good morning, Martinson family. Thanks for stopping in. Anyway, let's get to that Bitcoin guessing game. Pip says usually brew 1 pound a month and vacuum seal the 2 pounds. Good for barter. Yeah, coffee will be in demand when the shit hits the fan for sure. When and if I guess shit's been gonna hit the fan for a long time. long time, but you never know when it's going to happen, and the world is getting crazier and crazier as we go. That is 100% for sure, so we'll see what happens. 608 on July 20th 2026. Bitcoin price is, are you fucking kidding me? 64,344. 64,344. I'm gonna get my calculator out. I think this is a joke. It has to be a joke. It has to. 64,344. $64,344 is the Bitcoin price. 64,344. Oh, it went way up. Never mind. Never mind. I was looking at the prices this morning. It was like $100 less than that. Isn't quite as close as it was when I was doing the prep for the show. But let's go. The guesses, my guess up on the board. It is not even close. I really need that bull run to kick in to get my guess to be close. But 84,321. Miss those days. Actually, when my computer shut down this weekend, we had power outage, and it auto loaded an old show notes when I opened Word, and the Bitcoin prices guesses were interesting. It was from November of last year, and they were in the like 119, 118. I was like, oh, those days. Anyway, 84,321 was my guess. Blueberry, Texas in with a guess of 60,867. Palm Tree in with a guess 62,200. Canadian Farmstead in with a guess 69,000. Scrambling 66,100. John Palmer $65,432.10. Wah, wah, wah. And the two closest this week, again, they've been nailing it recently. Thesia in with the guess of 63,500. She was in second place, and Pip with the win, back-to-back wins. Pip, what's going on? Back-to-back wins. When's the bull run coming, Pip? Pip with back-to-back wins. Guess was $64,983.20. Not bad, Pip. Not bad at all. Under $1,000 off. Congratulations. 2 weeks in a row you win. You want a bumper sticker? I can send you this bumper sticker. Bitcoin doesn't have inflation. Congratulations, Pip, on the win 2 weeks in a row. If you want to hang out over in the Telegram chat, t.me/lots chat, you can guess at the Bitcoin price next Monday morning, 7/27, around 6:05. Bull runs next year? No. What are we going to do? We're just going to sit at in the 60s until next year? Is that what we're going to do? Around 5 after, 6 after 6, we do the Bitcoin guessing game contest, and you can participate in that. No real winner, just bragging rights over in the Telegram group. And join us over there. We got a good group of folks. We talk about all sorts of different stuff all the time. Have a good time. T.me/lots chat. That is t.me/lots chat. If you're using Telegram, we'd love to have you. And we'll see you soon. Let's hit the list here for the week. Like I said, Corey had some time off this week. I'm pretty sure she was going to have the whole week off. She actually ended up working because we were waiting on parts. We were waiting on things to do, materials. I talked about last week that I got the vinyl ordered. Yeah, I would have had the vinyl ordered last week when I talked on the show. and I was supposed to pick it up on Tuesday. Weird. There was a delay, and got to Tuesday. Corey had the day off to hold on a second, guys. Corey had the day off to go pick up the vinyl with me, because I was thinking it was probably going to be too heavy for me to offload from the trailer. I thought picking it up at Lowe's, they'd be able to load it for me, and but getting it into the cabin, I wanted some help. So she had Tuesday off, and that was when it was supposed to come in. So she kept that day and took back some other vacation days. Well, Monday came. I checked the status of the order, and it said your order is delayed. And basically, Pip says, per the Telegram pics, the cabin's looking awesome. I appreciate that, man. I really do. We're liking it. We're liking. I wish progress was going faster. I wish we were closer to moving in, but it looks good for what it is, right? And so basically the order status said delayed, and it hadn't shipped yet. It wasn't like, there were a few different options on the status bar. It was like preparing your order, on its way to the store, preparing for pickup, ready for pickup, I think were the ones there. And it was basically preparing order. And I was like, well, fuck, how long is this going to be? This is going to be weeks. This is going to be extra couple days. What's the deal? And so Tuesday came, and no change in status. Tuesday morning, hung out with Corey most of the day, and we just got some stuff done. And so later Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday afternoon, maybe in the evening, the status changed to it was on its way to the store. And I was like, oh, sweet. Who knows how long that's going to take? I don't know if it's coming from California. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's got to make it to Southwest Tennessee here. And it's a 12-foot long, 72-foot piece of vinyl. So it's a decent sized roll. It's not like they were going to put it in a UPS truck. Well, maybe they would. But anyway, I didn't know how long it was going to take to get there. Sure as shit, it showed up Wednesday. I got the notification that it was ready for pickup, but Corey had already started work on Wednesday, so we decided she had already kept the weekend off, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I set it up. We're gonna pick it up on Thursday, and it was all good. So we grabbed the trailer, had the trailer at the camper here ready to go. Headed down to Lowe's in the morning and walked over to the pro desk. The guy that I ordered it from, the guy that I talked earlier on the show last week, that I needed two 32-foot pieces of the 12-foot wide vinyl, and they had like 38 feet in stock. And I said, well, I don't want that 32-foot piece and then you order a 32-foot piece. I want them off the same roll. I don't want them to be possibly two different colors, a couple shades off. You want it off the same stock. If it came off the same roll, I know it's exactly the same. And so he did some hemming and hawing there when I was talking to him, and he's like, okay, well, I'll just order a 72-foot piece, and I'll put a note in here when you pick it up that we'll throw it on the machine in the back, and we'll run it out and cut it in half and roll it back up for you. I was like, oh, that works fine. That works great. That means, I'll obviously be getting a continuous piece if you order one 72-footer. And so we walk into Lowe's and we walk up to the pro desk, and the same guy was standing there. And I said, hey, he's like, hey, how's it going? And he kind of recognized me, I think. I mean, I'm pretty recognizable, fairly, but he deals with enough customers that, it was kind of like, yeah, I know. I don't know what you ordered, but I know you've been here before. And I said, hey, I had some vinyl come in. You said you'd cut it in half. So I have some shopping to do. Would you maybe get that cut in half while I'm doing my shopping? And he's like, I wouldn't say that. I didn't say that. I thought he was joking for a second, but then he was pretty adamant that he would never say that he would cut anything in half, cut any vinyl in half. And I was like, No, seriously, you did. Otherwise, I would have ordered two pieces. I don't have anywhere to roll out and cut a 72-foot piece of vinyl flooring. And he's like, oh, wait, what's the order number? He pulls up the order and he goes, oh, I thought you were talking about vinyl siding. We wouldn't cut vinyl siding in half, but the flooring, yeah, I have the note in here in the order. And I was like, huh. Corey was like, here we go. Here we go. Brian's going to lose his shit at Lowe's. We're not going to get our flooring that's already paid for. But had a little heart attack there for a second. Like, what the hell am I going to do with this huge ass piece? Like, we're thinking, are we going to be able to move the 32-foot rolls? And I don't think there's any way that we would ever move a 72 or 70 or a 36-foot rolls. I don't think there's any way we'd ever move a 32 or a 72 footer. That shit's heavy. And so anyway, he kind of laughs about it and says, yeah, I'll call somebody in flooring. We'll get it loaded up and cut in half for you. So we had some shopping to do. We were going to pick up the adhesive and some of the tools to do it. And before we left the desk, he was calling flooring and no one was answering. And he looks over at the other girl. He's like, is no one working in flooring today? She's like, I don't think so. And I'm like, oh, fucking great. And so Corey and I we went and we picked up a tarp and some tools. And we kind of basically went all over the store for, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And we kind of make our way back to where the vinyl was, because that's where the adhesive was. And I see the protest guy kind of walking around aimlessly looking for someone to help him. And no luck. And then we're shopping a little bit more. And then here he comes with the roll of vinyl. And he had another protest guy with him. So the two protest guys were going to work on cutting this thing in half. And so we had picked up all the stuff we were going to buy. And so Corey and I stood there and we were kind of watching them. I mean, it was entertaining, frustrating, but entertaining, watching them run the machines. Like, the flooring people, I guess, are trained on this machine. The protest guys kind of know what they're doing, but they don't really run it very often. So it was a struggle for them to get it lined up straight, but then they finally got it going and they cut the first piece. And the guy, the guy that took the order was kind of helping, and the other protest guy was kind of running things, and he was on the end with the counter on how long it was. And somebody mentioned, well, are you going to roll up the other half or something? Somehow he realized that it was supposed to be a 72-foot piece and it was supposed to be cut in half at 36 and 36. And he says, well, I cut it at 37. We always usually run it an extra foot. And we always run it an extra foot to make sure you got enough. How much do you need on each one? I was like, well, I need 35 foot 1 inch is the minimum, the bare minimum I need for each length. And if you cut it at 37 and the other piece is 35, I'm fucked. He's like, oh no. That was like, well, we'll see what happens here. But if I get it home and it's too short, and they're like, well, we'll take care of it. If it's too short, you call us, we'll make it right. And I'm like, okay, I kind of trust you. I've dealt with the one guy at the protest quite often. He seems like a pretty decent guy, other than telling me he won't cut my floor in half. But anyway, the guy was kind of freaking out that he screwed it up. And so we roll it up on the roll, or they roll it up on the roll and wrap it in plastic. And I said, hey, Corey, let's see if we can pick this up and we'll see how heavy it is. And so she goes over and she gets on the one end of the cardboard tube and I'm on the other end, and we lift it up and we're like, oh, that's not bad. I mean, it was heavy, but it wasn't horrible. She felt like she could help muscle it into the cabin from the trailer. And so we leave that one there, and they start rolling out the next one, and we're hoping that that it's going to be 36 feet, 37 feet, something more than 35.1. And as they're rolling it up, it wasn't on there straight. It kind of drifted off the counter. And so they rolled it back, got it lined up again, and it still drifted off the counter. So he got about 20 feet into it, and it wasn't counting anymore. And so he rolls it. He's just like, we're just going to give you the rest of the roll. So it's either half or it's more. We'll just give you the rest of the roll. So they roll it out. They get it wrapped up on the tube and wrap it in plastic, and they move it over onto the cart next to the first one. And it was significantly bigger. And I was like, okay, well, hopefully that's more. So if you cut 37 on the first one and this one's bigger, it should be more than 37. So we'll see. And so we finish up and they go out. I grab the trailer. They load it onto the trailer. We haul it up to the cabin. And so I turn the trailer around up at the cabin. I back it up as close as I can to where we had to unload it, where we had to walk it into the cabin. And we went to pick up the bigger roll, and Corey picks it up, and she's like, holy shit, I can't pick this up. And I was like, oh, fuck. We picked up the smaller one, and the bigger one was significantly bigger. We made some phone calls and whatever, and I sat there and I did some thinking and did some walking through scenarios in my mind, and we ended up getting it. The first one was significantly longer. When we got it rolled out inside, the first one, he was right. It was about 37 feet. The second one was probably closer to 50 or more. So significantly heavier. And we were able to get it. We used some brain power. We used some figuring. We took our time and we moved it a little bit at a time. Both of us were pretty sore the next day. Backs were kind of sore, and bruises, random bruises all over the place from grabbing it awkwardly and moving it around and just struggling with it. But we got them both in there. And so then we wrapped it up for Thursday. Friday we got it rolled out. We first thing we did was roll out that smaller roll and make sure it was long enough. And like I said, it was 37. It was plenty long. Rolled out the second one. It was way longer. And then we started kind of formulating how we wanted to lay it down. Had some options. We had been going back and forth. If you follow the show at all, you know that the cabin kind of shape is like a U. It's square, but it has a covered porch that's outside, so that the interior space is like a U. It's 24 for measuring purposes. It's 24 foot wide by 36 foot long. Actually, it's like 35.1 by 23.1 when you take the posts out, because it's measurements to the outside of the post. But regardless, 36 by 24. So basically what we were going to do was do one long 12 foot by 36 foot piece in the open area. And then the other one, we were going to cut a U. We're going to roll it out, cut the U out of the piece, and then slide it in. Or the other option was to cut 3 pieces. And so one slides into the one leg of the U, one slides into the other leg, and then a little strip in the middle. And after handling the 36 foot piece, and trying to move it, trying to get it lined up, trying to get it square, it was obvious that we should probably cut it into 3 pieces. Never done this flooring before, never really done seams in this flooring, and they're going to be some of them will be pretty exposed. So I wanted as few seams as possible, but I think for ease of work and just our amateur status in doing it, cutting them into the 3 pieces was a better plan. So we kind of measured that out. We figured it out. We got it measured and got it dry fit in. before cutting the seams, and everything kind of fit together. Went through a couple different methods of trying to trim the edges. Finally came down to a method we thought would work. Got the edges trimmed, and then yesterday went out and cut the seams. And that was pretty nerve-wracking, pretty intense. Basically, you lay it down, overlapped, get it lined up how you want it, and we were doing wood plank, faux wood plank. So the pattern on there is wood plank, and we decided to kind of line up the line in between two planks on each one, and make that the seam. So it looks like the two, it just keeps the pattern going. And basically you line those up, and you use a straight edge, and you cut through both pieces at the same time, and then take out the two little trimmed pieces, and they should sit flat because they were cut together. Well, I was just nervous as hell, because if I messed it up, that's the whole floor, basically, especially the one long seam on the one piece is it's one single piece, and it's 36 foot long. It's like an 800. Martinson family says you need to cut the seam in one cut, no restarts. And that was the other thing. I didn't have a 36 foot straight edge. Basically what I ended up doing, and Corey came up with the idea, was when I had to stop and restart, peeled the seam apart and got the knife back in the cut lane, or where it was already cut, and got it to where I had stopped and restarted, and it ended up working pretty well doing it that way. But yeah, it was nerve-wracking to go to start, and I think we got it. I think it turned out well. We'll see once we start to glue it down. That's another thing that I've never done before, so we'll see. But right now it's kind of laying in flat. It's relaxing. It's kind of getting the curves out of it and whatnot, and it looks pretty good. Seams came together nice. So we'll see. So for now, it looks good. We've gone back and forth of when we want to try to do the glue. The adhesive has an upper range on the temperature of 90 degrees. That's kind of the temp it's been around here for quite a few days. Actually been quite a bit above that, and humid. So we're not sure when we want to do it. The forecast has some temps coming down the end of next week, and we're like, oh, perfect, we'll do it then. And one thing that we need for putting it down that we're not going to buy, Martinson family says, use enough glue, not too much, get the correct tooth profile on your trowel. Yeah, I used the manufacturer's instructions on the glue and bought trowels to match. So we'll see. We'll definitely do full coverage on the glue, and not put it on too thick. And that's what I've kind of read. That's that really mimics what I've read in my research on how to do it. So it is what it is. One thing that we need that I wasn't going to buy for one use is a big roller, 100-pound roller. I had looked, and most of the big box stores rent them. Unfortunately, the Lowe's here locally that I got the flooring in doesn't rent tools. The closest Lowe's that has one of these things is like 2 hours away. And I really don't want to drive 2 hours one way to rent a piece of equipment. I had found a Home Depot that was significantly closer, more like 45 minutes to an hour away. Bless you, Corey. And that was where I was going to rent it from. And now that the time came and I had dates, I started putting dates into the online reserve thing. And it just comes up unavailable. Any combination of dates, any combination of times, dates, and whatnot, it just comes up as unavailable. So I'm thinking that they don't even have one, that it's just listed on their site and they don't have one. So that was yesterday, and I've started kind of a local search for different places that rent equipment, rent tools, and I think I've tracked down one lead on a roller that's about 45 minutes away. It's a little more expensive than the big box stores to rent it, but it'll be worth it instead of driving. I think the gas money in itself will make up, and the time will make up renting it here kind of local. And then another option, but I have to wait till Tuesday because they're not open till Tuesday, is a local flooring place that who knows, they might have one. And I also threw out feelers on Facebook in the local groups and saw if anybody had one, maybe a flooring guy that was willing to loan it out for a couple days, but no luck on that. So searching down a roller, and then we'll just go ahead with that as soon as the temps are good, as soon as I find the equipment and Corey's got the time off to do it. So big step forward. It looks really nice. Like Pip says, we're happy with the way it looks. You never know, really. Corey and I talked quite a bit, went back and forth on what floor pattern and color and all that you want to go with, and you never really know what it's going to look like in where you're going to install it. You get one look at the store in the fluorescent lights with a little tiny sample on the wall next to all the other ones, and then it's a whole different ball game when you roll it all out and it's covering the whole floor. And we did good, or she did good, and she picked it. Feels good underfoot. We went with a thicker backing and a thicker commercial vinyl, and it feels good. It feels good to walk on, and I think the floor was prepped good enough. We were all over the floor in our socks, and you can feel some of the undulations, but nothing crazy, nothing rigid, nothing too horrible that we won't be able to live with, especially once we get furniture and whatnot in there. So excited for that. So that can basically sit there until the everything lines up, like I said, with the tool and the temps, and we're going to move on to doing some other stuff. Can't install the interior walls until we get that glued down. Obviously, that's something that it's going to go on top of it, so we need to be able to remove it. But I think our next step forward basically will be continuing to clear for the solar field, trying to get that prepped for mounting solar panels, getting a spot cleared for our water tanks and utility shed, and start the process of wiring the cabin as much as I can with the exterior walls. Obviously, the interior walls I won't be able to do anything with until they're there, but there is quite a bit that can be done in the exterior walls, and until we get that floor glued down. So that's kind of the way forward at the moment. Haven't used my LogOX. I'm it's still in the box, actually. We've been working quite a bit on the flooring, and I also had to finish getting all the brush cleared up and run through that chipper, which has been running fantastic. If you recall, earlier episodes talking about getting that fixed up and running, it's been running great. Have all the brush knocked out. So basically get the LogOX out this week, maybe tomorrow, and mess around with that, get these trunks bucked up and moved out of the way, and then start again and drop another 6 to 8 trees and do the whole process again, get them limbed up, get the brush off them, get the brush chipped up, and get everything cut up into chunks and moved out of the way. I think I keep going back and forth with how many I actually want to cut down, but I think I have maybe a dozen left. I don't know. I really go back and forth, because as I cut them down, I kind of change my mind with what else needs to come down. But yeah, it's a process for sure, and it's a lot of manual labor, moving all that stuff and run and saw all day. So excited to try that LogOX and be able to get those trunks up off the ground to cut them and stop running the chainsaw blade in the dirt, and just be able to use it as a handle to pick up the pieces and transport them. Should be convenient on the back and the shoulders, and yeah, so excited to check that out. Echo radios are working great for comms at the property. Talking back and forth to Corey here at the camper where we just don't have cell signal. The echoes are working great. They're picking up quite a bit of 4G signal. I'm not sure what network that's on. Maybe AT&T, but obviously Verizon. I'm in emergency mode out there quite a bit, and also here at the cabin if we're not on Wi-Fi. So that's working well. Excited about those, and being able to continue to use those. Going to make some videos up on them here in a bit, but definitely happy with that purchase, and just the pure safety factor of having the ability to get a hold of her if needed, and her to be able to get a hold of me if something goes sideways at the camper. I do have one product that I gotta do a review on this week. I got it sitting here. This is this flashlight. It's like a EDC flashlight that somebody sent out, and I got it in the mail, and I took it out of the box, and I was like looking at it, and I'm like, oh, this is a pretty cool little flashlight. It has a lot of functionality and everything, and I started messing around with it. And there's this like screw off part. If you're watching the video, the end kind of like screws out, and I'm like, what is that? Apparently they decided to put a bottle holder or a bottle opener in this flashlight. Also on the end, it's got 3 little knobs that is like a window breaker. I wasn't really sure about that on this flashlight. Nice magnet on the end here. It's got the flashlight in the end, and then it's also got the side beam, which are things that I really like. It's nice and bright, and it has a bunch of different levels of light, so you use the battery less. And the side light has some interesting features. It's a white light. And then you have, as you cycle through them, it has a UV LED, and it has a red and a blue, and then it will also oscillate between the red and the blue, and it looks like cop lights. So I don't know if you could get in trouble with that. And I was like, oh, this is a pretty nice flashlight. It's a little thicker than I like. It's thicker than the stream light that I like to carry in my pocket, but I'm thinking, I don't know, like a nice gear light, maybe in the pocket if it really holds a battery or something. And then they lost me. They lost me on this little clip, the shirt clip. And they actually did it right. They put the clip the correct way so that you can put it on your hat and clip it on your hat and use it. It's not backwards. But they have a magnet. Another feature that they threw on, and I'm not really sure why, is they have a laser on the flashlight. I'm like, okay, so you got a flashlight, you got red, you got blue, you got LED, you got the side light, and why do we need a laser pointer, a red laser pointer on it? But anyway, I can deal with that. But the engineering marvel of the whole thing is this is magnetic. The clip is magnetic, so you can like clip it on the side, so you can use the side light with it against the side of the toolbox or something. And when you stick it on something, the magnet's strong enough that it pushes the laser button and turns it on. So you are unable to use the magnet on the clip. I guess if you did it above, like on an edge with the button above it, but if you're just going to stick it to the side of something and stick it there, it turns the laser on. And there's no way that I found to not turn the laser on if you're using that magnet. And I was like, well, that's kind of fucking dumb. That's the other thing. The other thing I'm not really crazy about, and I probably wouldn't carry it in my pocket, is there's no on-off protection for these buttons, and they are pretty sensitive. So in my pockets, this thing would just be on all the time and cycling through the different functions and light shining everywhere. So I don't know. Sometimes you get products that are okay, and this one it was the only one I had really to look at, and I've just been diving further and further into it. And the more I learn about it, the more I'm like, man, they really just fucking over engineered this shit. Why can't we just make a fucking flashlight that's a flashlight, and maybe with some magnets and a couple other features, but I don't know if you really need a bottle opener and a window breaker and a laser pointer and all that jazz. But maybe in the car, maybe in a glove box, in a center console, it'd be solid. With that window breaker, I guess a vehicle would be a good place to keep it. But I'm gonna run it through its paces a little bit more and do a video. If you're interested, check out the YouTube channel and keep an eye out for that in the next week or so. What else do I have on the list here? Oh, colors. Corey and I have been talking about this for a while now. Man, I think it was supposed to be on. I have it on my show topic list for, I don't know, a year, maybe. But we've really noticed that. I think the first thing we noticed it on was vehicles. And Pip, you're at a car dealership. We've noticed that the car dealerships when we drive by basically are white cars, black cars, and gray cars. And both of us are old enough to remember when car dealerships used to look like a rainbow. I've thought back. Corey and I have both talked about our older vehicles that we've had as we were growing up and going back. And I mean, I've had some multicolored cars, but that wasn't original paint. But I had a teal green car. I've had a like an ocean bright blue car, red vehicles, and it's just there was the whole period where everybody was driving yellow sports cars and yellow trucks. It just seems like everything's gone to white, black, and gray. As we drive by the car dealerships down here, you see, and maybe it's different down in Florida. Maybe people still like color in Florida, but around here, and maybe it is regional. I don't know. I haven't dug into it enough. And if you have, if you haven't noticed the same where you're at, Pip says, or lots look like rainbow Skittles. Okay, so you do still have colorful lots down in Florida. Here, basically, they look like white, gray, or black. And then one random red sports car or one maroon truck. But even the colored vehicles are muted. It's not like a shiny red. It's more like a maroon going towards a gray. It's just weird, and it really goes along in the lines of, you see articles and pictures of businesses that have changed their look and changed their architecture, changed the outside of their buildings, changed the inside of their buildings. McDonald's, I think, is one that's been criticized for it, that now it kind of looks like a 1980s dentist office, to where you look at old pictures of McDonald's with the play place and all of that, and everything's colorful and it looks like a fun place to go, and now it just looks cold, hard, and lifeless. I don't know. Is that just the trend of everything in society is kind of going away from colors, away from bright? We joke here, there's a place, a house we drive by pretty often. Well, it's down the road from us, on one of our main routes that we take. They have this beautiful brick house, brick red, beautiful brick red house. And I don't know, a year ago now, they decided to paint it black. just black. Not like paint the bricks black and leave the grout white or gray. Not the trim is white or red or white, whatever. They just painted the whole fucking thing black. They used a paint spray gun, and went over everything, the brick, the grout, everything, the window trim, all of it is just black. Windows are still there. They didn't paint the windows, unfortunately. They did overspray out of the windows. I don't know if they've cleaned that off yet, but yeah, black, and painted their shed black. And I was like, why? First of all, why? The brick looked fine. It wasn't like the brick was faded or needed to be fixed or really anything. I think it was fine the way it was. But one day they just decided to spray their whole house black. I was thinking that, man, in the summers here, that's going to just suck up heat like crazy and radiate that all night. Their air conditioning bill is probably through the roof, or maybe they were just trying to heat their house in winter by keeping it black. But damn, I was kind of taken aback by it when I drove by. And I mean, you do you, do whatever you want, but I was just confused. I was definitely confused. But anyway, we're just wondering if the same thing is going on around you, or all those car lots, or all those vehicles. Are they going to the gray and black and white? It seems like all you see on the road here is white vehicles, and I don't know. I don't like it. I liked it when there was more color in the world, and everybody seemed maybe a little bit happier at that point. That was just something that I've had on the list for a long time, and so I threw it on there. Looks like we're back at war. I posted the video over in the Telegram group, a little clip that every time I hear an update about the Iran conflict, the war, not war, that I guess is now a war, that maybe it reset the clock to become a war. I don't know. I don't know. We've been bombing them for quite a while now, and I don't think that anybody's really officially declared war. We've just been kind of bombing the shit out of them. But I posted a video over the old clip from Wayne's World. If you're old like me and you remember Wayne's World, the movie, Wayne and Garth were playing street hockey, and basically it was game on when they would bring the goals out and start playing in the road, and then a car would come and they'd yell game off, and they'd run off the road with the goal and let the car go by. And every time I hear them say the war's back on and the war's off, that's all I can think of is game on, game off, game on. And so I think the war is back on. I'm just curious why we can't just figure out what the fuck we want to do. If you want to end it, I wholeheartedly believe. Hey, good morning, Rachel. Thanks for stopping in. It's just late, man. Summer's been busy. Martin's family says car, right? So I wholeheartedly believe that if we wanted this to be over, we as in the powers to be in our country, it could be over today. Like I don't know what the fallout from that would be in relations with other countries, other superpowers around the world. But I think that that if we truly wanted this to be over, it could be over today. Either by just leaving and throwing your hands up and saying, fuck it, you deal with the mess. You guys have fun over there. We don't need to be over here, which is basically what we should have done from the beginning, in my opinion, or just turn the place to a fucking parking lot. You're systematically bombing and killing indiscriminately. I mean, you can't tell me that with the bombs that they're dropping that they're not killing innocent people. They're not they're not that they're that the innocent people aren't dying. So if you're going to continue to bomb, just do it already and make it permanent. Just fucking end it, because this we and you really don't know how truthful the narratives coming out of Washington are. We have significantly destroyed all of this and all of that. Well, how are we significantly destroying and over and over and over? Are they getting rebuilt that fast? Are they bringing in maybe temporary or portable things from other countries? I don't know, but it seems like we've destroyed a lot of their shit a bunch of times, and we continue to do it. So let's just fucking leave. Why don't we use the military for what it was intended to in the beginning, as defense of our country, and not the we fight them over there so we don't have to fight them here bullshit. Rewild Their Life says hard to know because none of those places allow much for info to get out. Well, and you don't know when the information does come out from them or from us what's honest. Really, who knows? Who really fucking knows? Maybe they're having tea parties over in the desert, and they're not really doing anything. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. But I saw the other day some people were all excited because of this, with the ceasefire that was kind of going on, and with the Strait of Hormuz open or not open, or there's actually some stuff moving through it, or was, who knows anymore. But gas prices were down, and I look back up when this whole thing started long ago, not that long ago, not compared to like Afghanistan, but I feel like that's what we're into again, is another. It's going to be so long that we're not going to be able to remember how long it's been fucking happening. Wilder says, what D chess are we on now? Are we on like 7D chess? I don't know. But people were excited that gas prices were down. Oh my God, it's under $4 a gallon here. It's under $3 a gallon here. Blah blah. Not under $3. I guess maybe it dipped below that in some places. But I was looking back, and when it started, we in the Telegram group we had posted kind of what our gas prices were, because obviously you start bombing Iran, you if you have a half a brain in your fucking head, you know that gas prices are going to go up. And I believe it was $2.35 a gallon here in Southwest Tennessee. And yesterday, or a few days ago, when I saw people were all excited that gas prices were back down again, it was $3.65. So basically up $1.30, up almost 40%, 60%. I don't know what that is, but up $1.30 to $3.65 from what it was before it started. But the fact that it had gone up over $4 and now it's come back down, people are okay with that. I'm like, I would rather be back to the 230 something and not have done any of this, and not wasted billions of fucking dollars of our tax money dropping fucking bombs on people just to ceasefire and then not ceasefire and then start again and then stop again. What's the fucking point? So either shit or get off the pot, fucking end it, do it, fucking just do it and fucking be done with it, or fucking leave. I think that's really all that needs to be done, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Unfortunately, I think this is a long-term deal. Rewiler Life says, I want my bomb tax back. Yeah, me too. I want my tariffs back too, that they refunded all the companies that I didn't see a refund on that. We paid it as consumers through raised prices, and then they get refunded to the companies. Weird. Wilder Life says Brian for president. You don't want me as fucking president. You really, I mean, maybe you do. The country would be a much different place. Let's just say that. Speaking of, if I was president, the big debate over daylight savings time and permanent daylight savings time. I was watching these people debate this shit, and I'm like, what in the fucking world? I saw the big, so the House passed it, from what I understand, and I could be wrong here. When the House passed the permanent daylight savings, it went to the Senate, and I'm pretty sure it got blocked in the Senate, so it's not happening currently. But I saw people just losing their fucking minds about sunrise, and the sunrise in the middle of the winter is going to be 8:30 in the morning, and I'm like, yeah. Well, when you don't have daylight savings, fucking sunset in the middle of the winter is fucking 3:55. What the fuck is the difference? Either it gets dark early or it gets light later. I don't understand why these people think that because we have daylight savings that we get extra time. The sun is up the same amount of time, whether it comes up at 8:30 or it comes up at 7:30. It's either going to go down at 4:30 or go down at 5:30. So who fucking cares? They're just the worst part about it, the health problems that stem from it, is the change in fucking time, the change in circadian rhythm. Your boss doesn't have you come in at a different time. You just have to wake up and move your whole biological schedule to change to a fucking time on a goddamn clock. What difference does it make? If there's 8 hours of daylight, there's 8 hours of daylight. Your other life says Brian 2028. I don't know if I qualify for president. I might have had a sorted past. It would be, I'd be a tough candidate. but we'd be rid of the fucking time change, and we wouldn't be bombing Iran sporadically. And we wouldn't be merging our military with fucking Israel. Let's just say that. I don't think that why anyone in this country thinks that we should merge. We can cooperate with another country's military. Why we're linking ourselves and tying our militaries together permanently through legislation, you can't explain to me a reasonable, logical explanation why that would be a good fucking thing. Whether you like them or you don't like them, there's no possible way that you can tell me that this is a good thing. That there isn't nefarious reasons behind it. I don't know, but I just don't get it. I need to go live in the fucking woods. It's crazy town out there, guys. It is absolute crazy town. I mean, I have my speculations as to why it's happening, why it will probably end up happening, but you can't give me a logical explanation as to why anybody thinks it would be a good idea to do it, why it's beneficial to us. You don't just do things because it's beneficial to someone else. You have to have some benefit in your own side. And I'm not understanding what we get out of it. Oh, intel from Mossad. Oh, I know the benefit. They're not going to expose a bunch of fucking pedophiles that they have dirt on. Weird. That doesn't fucking benefit me. Martin's family says head on pikes. Yeah, fucking put fucking pedophiles' heads on pikes. Oh, fuck. I gotta be done. Oh, look at that. We're at an hour. Time to wrap it up. Ah, my blood pressure's up. Fuck. I can't be president, Rachel. My blood pressure would be too high. Sorry. Oh, anyway, guys, I hope you had a good day. Hope you enjoy your week. And if you want to hang out with us more, you can kind of come over to the Telegram chat at t.me/lotschat. Other than that, scroll down in the video description, check out the links. Those all those links, if you're looking for any of those products or doing some shopping on Amazon, click on those links. I'll earn a little credit, and you guys could save, depending on which link, you save some money. But you never pay more, and I earn a little bit, and I appreciate that. Helps support this show, and keeps me raising my blood pressure every Monday morning, obviously. Anyway, I hope you have an awesome week, and you circle back and catch up with us again next Monday.
Shining in with the moon, gray. Not the enemy's longest night.